All right, so let's look at exactly how to figure out the personality style of your prospects so that you can start closing more and make more money. Now, you have to understand that in order for you to determine the personality style, like we were talking in the last video, we need to make sure we understand left brain versus right brain. Now, when you're looking at this, we talked about the left being the logical and the more dominant and can think and thinking and controlling side of the brain, and the right side of the brain being the more creativity, more feelings-based, more social side of the brain. Okay, so if I had to ask you where logic and ego lived, you should say the left side of the brain. If we had to ask where the feelings is, it's in the right side of the brain. Now, pop quiz: who should you sit shoulder to shoulder with? That's going to be the right brain people. Those are going to be the feeler base. Okay, we're going to sit across from the left brain. Those are the directors and the thinkers. Table of disconnection, as I like to call it. Who should you say think to versus feel? Obviously, the left side of the brain is going to be the thinking side of the brain, so that's who we're going to say think to. The right side of the brain is going to be the feeling side. So, yes, something as simple as your vocabulary changing just the smallest little bit, is going to help you with the manipulation and also the understanding that when you're talking to them, you're communicating how they most well. I'm trying to think of the way to put this. You want to communicate their language, so to speak. So you don't take a bicycle to a zoo and say, "Here, monkey, ride the bicycle." No, but if you had a banana and you said, "Ooh, ooh, ooh," and you gave it to him, he'd understand and he'd take the banana from you. So you have to speak to your prospects in their native language. Okay, so let's look at tell versus ask. This one's a little trickier because we're only going to tell 3 personality styles and we're going to ask 1. Okay, the one personality style that we're going to ask is the thinker. So the thinker is who we're going to ask because we have to make sure that they give us the input. All right. And then we're going to talk a little bit about advanced body language techniques, and we'll get into that here in the next slide. Okay, the advanced body language technique or tactic is on the very first meeting. As you approach someone, you should have your shoulders back. As you're walking up to them, you should have your shoulders back and your arms at your side. Now, when you have your arms at your side, you're going to bring your palm up. So this is for the handshake. You're going to bring your palm up at a 45-degree angle. So, like in the picture right now, the guy's hand is at a up and down angle, so it's a 90-degree angle to the surface of the floor. Okay, 90-degree angle. Going back to geometry class here. So when you bring your hand up at a 45-degree angle, it is a neutral hand position. Okay, and this is a technique that's actually taught by the CIA. And what we're doing here is we're watching and we're sensing. Okay. So arms at our side, we're going to bring our hand up at the 45-degree angle, and we're watching and we're sensing. And we're looking for the person to give us a handshake, okay? We're looking for the person to give us the handshake with the shoulder tap, okay? Handshake with the shoulder tap. We're looking for the person to do the handshake with kind of the slight hug, the more modern, "Hey man, how's it going?" a little hug. And we're looking for the, "Oh my gosh, DJ, how have you been? Give me a hug. I've missed you. I haven't seen you in forever." Okay. The full hug is and we need to go back to our cheat sheet on this. And guys, you'll have to watch the video. You're gonna have to watch these videos several times over because to learn personality style, it's not like just watch it one time and go, "Oh, it's a technique I'm gonna input." No, there's a lot of memorization. There's a lot of things that you actually have to learn here. You're not just studying to pass a test. You have to commit these to memory. So the full-blown hug is going to be the talker personality, okay? That's the social butterfly. You've seen them before. Normally they're a realtor or, property managers. A lot of times they're that full-blown hug. Oh my gosh, they're just very over the top, okay? The handshake and the slight hug is going to go to the feelings-based person, okay? Feelings-based, there's a little bit of compassion there. Handshake and the shoulder tap, who do you think that's going to be? Give you a second. Okay, the handshake and the shoulder tap is actually going to be the director. And then your handshake straight up is going to be thinker. So, let's run through those again. Handshake thinker, handshake shoulder tap is going to be the director. Handshake and slight hug is going to be the feelings-based person, the feeler. And then the full hug is going to be your talker personality. So this is your social butterfly or your influencer in the room. Okay? Here's a top secret question. Top secret question. Tell me about you. Now, let me get into the psychology of this. This is something that was taught to me by one of my mentors. And when you have this top secret statement, okay, it's not a question, it's a top secret statement. There's a period on the end of it. After we get into the sales meeting and we kind of break the ice and we've been talking for a while, then you need to ask the prospect. You have to say, Mr. Prospect, tell me about you. The way they answer that question is going to give you a very good indication of exactly which personality style type they are. Okay? Then the top secret question, this, after they tell us and they give us the clues that we need, which I'll teach you that here in a second. After they give us that, then the top secret question is, tell me, pause, silence, patience, what are your specific needs and challenges? Tell me, what are your specific needs and challenges as it relates to whatever your service is, as it relates to investing, as it relates to, selling this, buying a car, as it relates to having your carpets cleaned, as it relates to cleaning your windows, as it relates to your HVAC, your electrical, your plumbing, whatever it may be, whatever your service business is. Tell me, Mr. Prospect, what are your specific needs and challenges as it relates to, boom, insert. Now, after you do the top secret question and you do the top secret statement, the way that they relate, the way that they answer that is going to show you exactly how you need to present to them. Now, we may need to find some more clues out down the road so that we can even better tailor it to them, but these two openers right here that I just gave you is going to be your prime indication on exactly how to pitch your prospect. We'll cover that in the next section.